Today we're going to talk about checking for understanding using TAPL. I've got the definition right up here on the screen. Let's read it together. What's it say? Checking for understanding is continually verifying students are learning what is being taught while it's being taught. So what that means is you stop every 2 minutes, or every couple of minutes, not exactly 2 minutes, but make sure they're learning while you're teaching. Now, checking for understanding is not looking at the quizzes or the homework or the test scores to see if students learned. It's actually checking in real time while you teach every day. Now, let's look at the steps for TAPL. Teach first before you ask the question. Every child is prepared to answer. Ask a specific question. Don't ask opinion questions like, do you understand? Ask a real question, a content-based question. Pause, pair share, and point. Let's just look at the pair share. Pair share takes care of the pause. You give what? Sometimes 30 or 40 seconds while the students explain their answers. They've had plenty of time to prepare. Pick a non-volunteer, have sticks, 3x5 cards, some method of randomization. Pick a non-volunteer. Listen to the response and provide effective feedback. You want to echo the responses, or cue and prompt, elaborate a little bit till everyone knows. Or we'll just reteach if necessary. Do one more. If you look very carefully, you see where it says ask a question? It's before you pick the non-volunteer. So you should be asking a question. Students, how did I solve this problem? Explain to your neighbors. In a minute, I'm going to ask one of you. If you call the name first, okay, John, can you answer this question? You've called the name first. That person is thinking, and the rest of the class is just looking over. They've actually stopped thinking. So make sure you do this. Ask the question first. Let everybody think about it and discuss it, and then pick the non-volunteer.
Solve two-step equations. There's 4 steps to doing this. Number 1, read the problem. What is the value of x in the two-step equation? All right, I want to find x. Number 2, isolate the term with the variable. All right, isolate means separate. So when I say isolate, you say separate. Separate? Isolate. Isolate? Separate. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to isolate or separate this term, separate it from the other stuff. Circle x divided by 2. We're going to do the other operation first. So once I've circled x divided by 2, I know my first inverse operation is to get rid of minus 3. I add 3 to both sides. So now I've isolated my variable, and I have plus 3 minus 2, I have talk to A's. What did I do to isolate this variable? A's talk to B's. Rivas, how did I isolate the variable?
You isolated the variable by doing the inverse operation.
Very good. What was that inverse operation?
The inverse operation was addition.
Addition. I added 3 to both sides. That's how I isolate the variable. You do the opposite. Michelle?
You isolated the variable by adding
Yes. And what did I add?
3.
I added 3 to both sides to keep it balanced, right? That's how I isolated the variable. Very good.